My name's Tyler, and I'm here at the 11th Annual Spelling Bee for the Family Learning Institute. So this is a nonprofit organization that's 100% volunteer-based, and we help close the achievement gap here in Washtenaw County. Today I have the board president, Ms. Jean Waltman.
Hello.
And yeah, we just want to talk a little bit about the organization, why we think it's so important in the community, and why we really need the community support to keep us going and keep helping us help the children here in Washtenaw County. So a brief, and Jean will be able to give a better pitch than I do, but I'm a relatively new board member. But I absolutely love the organization. I love their purpose and their commitment to it. In Washtenaw County, there are need-based and low-income students who are falling behind grade-wise, especially in the early grades, anywhere between kindergarten, 5th and 6th grade. And we've learned, and studies have shown that when students fall behind in those early critical years, they never catch up. And when you don't catch up, it increases the likelihood of falling into poverty, dropping out from high school, and never being able to achieve or even have the opportunity to achieve the dreams that they're looking for. So kind of that's the backdrop, and we're here at our annual fundraiser, and this is one of our main drivers as far as money making and fundraising. This is our main driver here, and like I said, I have Jean here, and she's been the board president for 3 years now.
I think it's longer than that. I think we're moving into year 4 or 5.
4 years. So we're gonna round up here. 5 years as the board president here. So Jean, I wanted to bring you on just so you could tell the people a little bit about your passion for the organization and the passion for the community and how you can help people.
Okay. Well, my passion is that I was an English teacher at one point in my life, and so I do understand the value of every child being able to read. It's not one of the basics, but it's close to basic. It's right up there with food and shelter. To get along in this world, you have to be able to read. And the students who come to FLI are here for a lot of reasons. Sometimes it's just a matter of fact that that English is a second language for them, and so they've had to struggle. In fact, when I was a tutor, the little boy I tutored, little Jose, his parents didn't speak English. They were all Spanish speaking at home, and so they brought him to FLI every week faithfully, which our parents do. They're so grateful to what FLI does and so willing to help their kids. But he just needed someone to help him to learn to read in English. And he was great, and he did very well. In fact, over since 1999 that we've been in existence, we have records to show that 85% or more of our students raise their reading level by 1 or 2 grades a year. And we graduate kids every year out of our program, and their teachers tell us that we have made an incredible difference, not only in their ability to read, but in their confidence levels. They come in hating school, being bullied because they're the kid who can't read, taken out of class. And when they can read, it lets them participate, and they become different people. I had at one of our events last year, at the end of the year, we have the kids meet with the parents and we have a party for them. And I was sitting next to a mother who was listening to her child read something that she'd written. And she jumped up every 5 minutes and hugged me and said, "Thank you, thank you, thank you." She is a different child today. She said, "I thought she was shy, and now look at her. She's up there reading, and she is so different. You have changed her personality." I mean, how can you not be excited about something like that?
Absolutely. I think that story, the confidence, the engagement, and that's something that I had learned just recently. It's when you don't have the ability to read, or English is a second language, or you can't do basic math, when you're sitting in school, you try to drift away. You try to disappear in the classroom. You're not engaged with your peers. You're not engaged in the coursework. You're not engaged with your teacher. And I think one of the greatest things with the confidence is they blossom as children, and that they'll blossom as people if we can help get them there. And that's I don't really know any more fulfilling thing to see, to watch that happen, you know.
It is, I'm glad you mentioned math, because we added math a few years ago at the request of parents and teachers from the Washtenaw School District, who were saying, you know, math is a bigger problem than reading. And in fact, the statistics show that among economically disadvantaged children, they are reading 70% by state measures are doing math below their grade level, as opposed to, like, and I'm making up this number now, but it's like 25% of children from economically advantaged kids. Math is key, and so now we are adding math, and we can't add it fast enough because the parents keep asking for more because it is so important. And that's what we're doing, is giving parents who love their kids as much as you and I love our kids, and who want the best for them just like we do, but can't afford to give them that kind of tutoring that would help them. And we have 140 or more people from the Ann Arbor community who come in and volunteer their time once a week to tutor a child, because they feel like we do, that what can we do locally to help kids do better? Because God knows education is in a lot of trouble these days, and what can we do locally? We can do it one-on-one and make sure that every child that comes to us gets the help that he or she needs to be better. So it's a no-brainer. It's a no-brainer to give money. It's no-brainer to come in and offer to be a tutor, to do volunteer work of some kind. We need volunteers to do all ranges of things. And yeah, we are one of the best well-kept secrets in this community, and we ought to be a household name around here, which is what we're aiming for.
We will be. That is the goal of this and tonight and this great show we have here. And I think you hit on a great note as far as our process. Our tutoring is one-on-one in a safe, private environment where there's no judgment, where students can, you know, really take risks, take chances, and try to learn. Because when you don't know, and you have that fear that's been built up, and you put up your barriers to try to get through school, and you can't, you know, you're suffering through, in the private environment with a trained tutor who's there volunteering their own time. Our tutors aren't paid. We put them through a training routine. They're trained, and but they're there because they're passionate about it. I mean, they wouldn't be there if they weren't. And that one-on-one environment, that's what gives them their confidence. And I really think it's seeing it. I know we've been around for 20 years now, almost 20 years, and we have just success stories upon success stories, and it's those are I think the reason that we are here. And it sounds like it's about to start. So we'll be back in a little bit. We're going to try to grab some other people to get up here and tell you about why this organization is so great and why we need your support. So we'll be back soon.
Thank you.